Now, what I'm about to talk about, it's not that I see this a lot in older healthcare providers as a whole, nurses, doctors, CNAs, what have you. And this doesn't apply to every single provider that is younger than what we would consider the veterans of healthcare. Okay, so don't take this personal. I have this conversation multiple times a year. Okay, let's just go there. Where I will hear certain providers identify their patients in ways that take the dignity and humanity out of it. And it's not really their fault, okay? When we're born, we're identified as a number, social security number, patient number, record number in the hospital. So we start with a couple of different identifying numbers. And then as we move on into life, you start school and you're given a student ID, which is a number. And then, you go from, of course, elementary school, high school, college, you still have a student ID. So we're still identifying as numbers. And then when you move into the world of employment, you have an employee ID number along with your social security number. And it just continues to go on. When you become a senior, you not only have your social security number, but now you have a Medicare number that is solely yours. That's a mixture, a combination of numbers and letters. And so we're taught early on to identify people as a number. When you go into healthcare, that mindset has to shift. I mean, yeah, you're going to use medical record numbers and date of births for identification purposes when it comes to providing information and inputting patient information and those type of things. But the patients are more than a business and they're more than a number. And I'm going to try to be as quick with this as I can, but one of the best scenarios I've been able to give people is when I went into marketing for my first skilled nursing facility. I had a very young patient, early 30s. He was angry. Had been on a baseball field with his young child. He got bit by a mosquito. He contracted the West Nile virus, and he went from being an independent contractor, baseball dad, husband, to being a bedfast patient with neurological issues. He was extremely angry. And I had to educate my care team internally because I was a nurse aide, still had my nurse aide certification at the time, still practicing. And I had to educate them as a whole and take them into the room and allow this patient to vent and tell his story. And it changed the game. Every patient has a story. They're more than their diagnosis, they're more than the number that's on their chart. Got to do better, folks.